Motion. November 12th, workshop. Any questions or comments?
There was a change.
Others, I look for a motion to approve.
Second.
Mike made the second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
No, Tim. Tim, second, not me.
Can you hear me?
And now we get Tim.
Yep.
Opposed? Carried. Approval of bills paid. Is there anything anybody sees in there? If not, I look for a motion. Make a motion to pay. Yeah. There's nobody here at City Hall. That is why Tessa and I are here tonight, sitting to make sure if somebody wanted to come in and talk about their tax statement. So before you sits resolution 171-20, adoption of 2021 annual operating budget and supplement capital budget. First your big sheet that with all the numbers of where we're sitting with what accounts. The long and the short, we're at $4,802. That's not allocated to some fund right now. Any discussion?
No discussion on my part.
Any discussion, Mike, Pat, Kim?
No, I think we've got a lot. I'm sorry. I think we've gone over this a lot and everything too, so I don't see any issues, problems with it.
So is this the time that the public hearing that we're going to be, if anybody has a question on their evaluation to ask?
Can you say that one more time, Pat? I barely could hear you.
Okay, is this the public hearing that we're going to, the taxpayers have the opportunity to ask about valuation?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so the evaluation comes from the county. It's just the amount that we're charging the residents is at this one.
Right, but I was just wondering who's doing our assessing at this period of time? Is there an individual from the county that's assigned to Richmond? Years ago, there was an individual that did, a person that was just assigned to the city.
They changed.
Yeah, they just, her name is Michelle.
We have a new person that's doing it. I believe it's as of last year, and Tessa has that information. The lady's name is Michelle, but she's not for sure what the last name is.
Okay, because are we in the public hearing already? You
Yes,
were
we are.
stranded there for a while, or are we on it?
We are in the public hearing
My
right now.
question is, okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a piece of property that increased by $7,000, and for what they tell me it's worth, I can't get even 2/3 of that with an offer. So I believe that that is outrageous for a piece of property, a lot for sale for $48,000 and went up from 41. So I would like to make a request that that gets reevaluated or relooked at and show me some comparable.
Tessa will send that forward to the county assessor to have that property relooked at.
As long as it's noted in this public hearing.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to offer for the public hearing part of truth and taxation? Nobody else has anything. I would like to move on to our resolution for this evening, adopting our 2021 annual operating budget and supplement capital budget.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution 171-20.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other comments? We're gonna do a roll call vote, starting with Kimberly.
Aye.
Okay, myself is an aye. Pat,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kim,
Aye.
ayes have it. Budget is approved. And obviously there's no nays, so. Any other comments on the truth and taxation? At this time, we'll close the public hearing and move on to our next item for this evening. This is the item that just got added, decertification of TIF 1 through 5 for Tower Acres. In your letter, there's a number of things that needs to happen before the end of the year. And there's 2 of them that are worth noting. Number 2, making the final payment for the land right down to the EDA for the $11,000 plus $11,831. And item 5, sending a check for $13,180 to the county, along with the form that we're decertifying this TIF district. This should finish up the TIF district of 1 through 5.
That check for
Any questions?
that check for $13,000, does that come from the EDA or does it come from the general fund? Or does it come from the TIF district, I mean?
There's money in the TIF district to pay for that. Any other questions? If not, I'd look for a motion to approve those payments.
The TIF payments on Tower Acres.
Pat made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Mike seconds it. We'll do a roll call again. Kimberly? Aye. Myself is an aye. Pat?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Tim?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The decertification will get filled out and sent to the county. And we'll move on. We'll move on to the next item. 2021 street project. More or less, I just wanted to bring this back up as I believe we're gonna have Jason Murray coming at our next workshop to discuss finances for the project and see where we can go with it. And what the city can afford to move forward with. It's more just an FYI for everybody. Anybody else have any comments on the street project? If not, the department reports are all in your files. Do we need to read them, or is everybody fine with what they read? Any comment?
I have no comment.
Question on a fire department report, it stated that the excess property was going to be sold. Is that going to be in public bid in our local paper or where?
The details on it, but, yes, I'll make sure that.
As of right now, they don't have any details. And once they get that far, it'll be listed publicly for sale. Okay? If everybody would look on in their file, there's the last part, the COVID-19 positive or exposed. Some real good diagrams that explains for people that maybe don't understand everything about the COVID, of how it's affecting people, and it's kind of a little terminology page. Other than that, council reports, there was no EDA meeting, no planning commission meeting, and I believe there's gonna be no Quarry Trail meeting this week either.
No.
I do have 2 items that I'd like to bring up. One is, the city is looking for somebody to sit on the Tri-City Cable Board. Mike Hendricks has filled out the end of this year, but he no longer wants to be the appointee from the city. So we are looking for somebody that's interested on a yearly basis of going to their meetings, which are at, I believe, 5 PM on like once a month or twice a month, quarterly. Oh, if somebody's interested, they can get a hold of City Hall. And we'll be looking for people to appoint for that. And the other one is more just an FYI. Proud to hear that Richmond Elementary School got to be one of the top 8 schools in the state for elementary. They received a Blue Ribbon Award from the Department of Education. So I thought that was pretty neat for our little school here in Richmond to get that award.
Great.
Wonderful.
Anybody else have anything to add before we close?
Hey, Jim, I just got one question. It's kind of pertaining, I just want to ask Tessa. Are we keeping, the remainder of the city employees, busy enough right now with, odds and end jobs, that we talked about before? So everybody's doing okay and they're working, together and all of that. So, okay. Okay. That was my only question.
Thanks, Mike. Anybody else have anything to add? Otherwise, holiday hours, closing on December 4th will be at noon, or 24th, and then be closed on Christmas Day. And our next council meeting will be at the arena on the 17th at 6:30. And hopefully Jason Murray will be there in one form or the other to discuss the project. Anybody else have anything to add for this evening?
May I? This is gonna be the last communication I'll have with the community that could see me. And I just want to address the fact that I appreciated the opportunity to be on city council. I learned a lot, which will advance my future. And again, I just want to thank everyone for the support that I have for the year and a half of being on the committee. And thank you to Richmond, of course. That's
Thanks,
all I
Kim.
need to say.
Thanks, Kimberly. It's been
Thank you
nice
very much.
Oh,
Nobody else has anything to add? Meeting is adjourned.
thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
So how do I get out of this? I did this one already.